figuring out how to approach this series was tough. And thanks to our Patreon members who were given early access to this video, we learned that there are things that we got wrong. Like, whether because of a translation error or copyright issue, Zoro's name is actually Zoro, not Zolo, despite being Zolo in the poorly translated but official English version, which also refers to the devil fruit that Luffy eats as a gum fruit, which is another bad translation of the word gomu, which literally means rubber. I mean, I was so excited, I sculpted a Gomu Gomu no Mi fruit out of clay just for the thumbnail. Look, for some people, watching and listening to this episode might be painful. Or, as one of our Patreon members put it, it might make your ears bleed. But the beauty of this format is that because of your comments, we get to come back and correct ourselves, learning more about the series in the process. So, with all that said, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Thank you for your patience and understanding. And we hope you enjoy the episode.
Okay, yes.
Filming this and recording this volume 1 is like swimming against the tide right now.
Why would you say that?
Are we stretching out those episodes?
There you go. And we're back. And we're back. Ahoy, mateys! And welcome to another episode of Volume 1, the anime and manga podcast, where we review the first volume of a brand new manga each week. My name is Captain Michaels, and today, as always, I am joined by
Megan Gomu Gomu Perrine.
Cody, drowning Decker.
Oh.
Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Volume 1. Today, we are going to be embarking on we're gonna be hoisting our Jolly Roger and embarking on our quest to the Grand Line. It's finally happening, our One Piece Volume 1 review. But before we get to that, and as always, there will be chapters linked below where you can skip to any part of the review that you'd like, but I hope you want to stay for the whole, I hope you want to sail with us for the entirety of this episode because it's going to be a good one. Some announcements we want to mention at the very top of the show are, because of you guys and your interest in seeing more lives, we have decided to do a monthly Volume 1 live. The last live show was Monster Musume. This next upcoming one at the beginning of next month will be Food Wars, where we're going to eat some disgusting food and talk about a hopefully fun manga. We will see. So mark your calendars. The first Sunday of every month is when it's going to be happening, and we'd love to see you there. That is all of the announcements. I am very nervous about this episode, and I'm very, more so I'm nervous to see what you guys are going to say and your feelings on this series. This is a huge series. You guys have requested it over and over and over, and I finally think we're ready to do it. I have had a little experience with One Piece. I grew up on the 4Kids dub. I got a bombshell that I'm going to drop later. I have read, close to 30 volumes, a little bit past the Alabasta arc, but my co-hosts, my crewmates have not experienced a lot of it. So I want to know your experience with One Piece and what you expected going into such a big series.
I haven't read any of this or watched any of it before.
Cultural osmosis, you never really, picked up anything about it.
No. It was one of those things where I found out about it. Like, it's how long? Yeah, I'm not gonna. Because honestly, the fear is, what if I like it?
Yeah. No, you're right. And that's what I really want to encourage people who are watching this as well. It's the same thing with Berserk. Like, we had the same feeling when it came to Berserk. Like, it was such a huge, beloved, long series that it was intimidating to get into. But when we started getting into it, we loved it. And now we can't wait to keep reading it. And there are a few people who have embarked on that journey with us. So if things go well in this episode, and if all of us like it and you want to see more, then maybe we can all embark on our One Piece journey together.
Yeah, we'll be done in roughly 6 years.
That's being generous. Megan, what's your experience and what did you expect going into this?
I've been an anime and manga reader. I mean, not as much as manga, but anime watcher for a long time. The big three: Naruto, Bleach, One Piece.
Yes.
And we recently got a comment because I was like, I'm not a big shonen gal. Someone was like, you never watched Bleach or Naruto. And I'm like, hence, I'm not a shonen gal. Like, I never wanted to watch them in the first place. So I
Yeah.
just never got around to it. My cousin loves this series. I'm pretty sure he's all caught up on the manga. He's obsessed, and he's always telling me it's really good. And all my other friends are like, "You have to watch it." And I'm gonna be honest. I watched maybe the first episode a long time ago because I was like, okay, I might as well dabble in it. It was the same thing with Naruto. I think the dub kind of rubbed me the wrong way because I sent you guys a clip this morning.
Oh, yeah.
it was Luffy coming out of the barrel, classic scene. And he just screams for like. That was a really great nap.
I do not think I could watch the anime.
But see, I think you guys are looking at clips from the 4Kids dub. That is a dub that has gone down in history as being one of the best, one of the worst dubs
Really?
ever. Yeah.
Wow.
See, 4Kids, they dubbed, Pokemon and other Yu-Gi-Oh, but they are the company that's responsible for taking the guns out of Yu-Gi-Oh and replacing them with just people pointing fingers at each
There were
other.
guns in Yu-Gi-Oh?
Yeah, dude. And then when people
Why?
barge into the office and they're pointing guns,
That part?
they paint the guns out and it's just people pointing fingers at people.
Oh, I like that.
They're
there
in
was one where
charge.
it was like walkie-talkies.
Yeah, that's the same thing. They're in charge of changing Brock's rice balls to jelly donuts.
Jelly donuts.
The worst.
The worst thing they could have possibly. Why?
So they are the ones who
Yeah, if
dubbed
you like
and bought
jelly
One
donuts,
Piece.
get out.
I mean, they're fine. I've grown to like them with age.
Huh.
Not that much age, but
Okay.
age.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So I was.
So I do think you would like the dub, just maybe not the 4Kids dub.
Yeah. So there's a different dub.
There's a different dub.
So he doesn't sound like the brother of Naruto.
Not as much.
Okay.
Not as
okay.
much.
Okay.
Yeah. I
But-
think you should watch it. I think you should check it out.
Well, I mean, it wasn't horrible, but definitely reading the manga, I have some different opinions about the anime in general.
Oh, for sure.
So I'm pretty. The anime can walk the plank. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah. See,
For me, right
I grew up with the 4Kids dub. That was my introduction into One Piece. It might have been the reason for a long time why I never continued it. I thought that is what One Piece kind of was. They are, famous for the intro, the Gaio, dreaming, don't get, that whole thing.
I kind of thought it was cute.
It's a banger. I mean, people have memed it to death, but it's a banger.
Yeah.
They're in charge.
I didn't even know that was a meme.
Wow, dude.
Yeah, I missed the big 3 phase.
That was peak. Sad Josh.
Yeah,
I was heavy. I was in it.
I just found a couple of mangas I liked.
Yeah.
And, I missed out on the headband hat wearing.
Oh man.
When people would
yeah.
come in with like stretchy arms, I'm like, oh, is that because he likes Naruto? Or
Yeah, see, I never went full headband, but I did learn every, Naruto jutsu position, hand gesture thing.
I feel like that's the same as learning like Klingon. Like you think it's the same caliber?
Okay.
Do you?
I think learning a language is a little more complicated than being like, this is my dark ninjutsu.
Well, I mean,
Hey.
one is cooler, and I think it's learning jutsu.
I mean,
I'll give you this. Learning a couple of hand motions is definitely cooler than learning a whole language
thank you.
centered around a sci-fi thing. It's cooler.
Yeah. I do want to say, too, before we start unpacking and going through the first volume, that one of my bombs that I want to drop on everybody watching who is a fan of One Piece, I know that most fans hate the 4Kids dub because they've also changed things like Sanji's cigarette to a lollipop. They've changed, there's another character that you'll meet who smokes cigars, and his name is like Captain Smoker or something along those lines. And
They call him
painted,
Captain Lollipop.
No, they painted the cigars out of his mouth completely, so he just walks around like with his mouth
The
empty
original
and open.
Superman
Wow.
Justice League
Yeah.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
But
Zack Snyder adapted that.
Yeah, he took it from 4Kids, the 4Kids network.
Oh.
I will say the one thing that I love about the 4Kids dub is Sanji's voice. We haven't met Sanji in the first volume, but he is a character who in the 4Kids dub he talks like a New Yorker. He's like, "Hey, Nami, get over here, Nami." And the bomb that I want to drop is I fucking love that voice. And the reason I can't watch the like actual One Piece dub is because Sanji sounds too normal and he doesn't sound enough New Yorker. I'm Sanji.
I remember you telling me this.
Yeah.
I like Zoro's dub voice in the 4Kids one.
Yeah, he's good. He's actually good.
It's literally only Luffy that I have like kind of an issue with. I'm like,
I mean, just seeing the way he talked, I'm like, if I heard this, I'm sure I would be annoyed after like 3 episodes.
yeah, but it's like you said, it's nostalgia. I mean, I've seen bad dubs in my day, and it's just like that's good to me.
Yeah.
You know, I grew up with that. It's good for it's good for me.
Oh man, there's so much to unpack. And with One Piece, we know it's long, but you got to start somewhere, okay? And here we start in a small village with our character, our protagonist, Monkey D. Luffy, as a little kid.
If this was the most cartoony
I love it.
manga I've read.
Yeah, Luffy more like Goofy. Am I right?
I mean,
sure.
absolutely.
I was thinking it'd be funny because I know this is a long series. If the author he hides the final volume
Mhm.
and he just says like, if you want to see how the story ends, you'll find it, and it just ends.
Wow. People
like,
would go nuts.
Yeah,
people
for real.
would
Yeah, I do think
would
that.
go gums.
Okay, I do think that it does the art style, this cartoony art style that you're saying, one of the most cartoony styles that you've ever read in a manga. I do think it lends itself to this series. The first chapter, by the way, is called Romance Dawn, which is there is a one shot that Oda wrote as his original pitch for One Piece, where a lot of things were different, and that was called Romance Dawn. So the first chapter is an homage to that. The art style in that is a lot more clean, a lot more, I would maybe say adult, not adult, but like it's a more anime, traditional anime style with a little bit of Oda in there. This, I think, I don't know if maybe the series would have had as much success, but because I feel like it complements the story, the world, the characters, and the writing so well, this cartoon style. Are you saying that you weren't a fan of it, or that you're just...
It was just an observation that I thought was nice.
Yeah, so you liked it.
Is it? What's going on? You guys have known me for how long? You know
Yeah.
my voice just sounds like this.
Yeah, I know, but I just want to say
I'm like, oh yeah. Okay, let me just say
I'm a conduit for
what
the
was
audience.
in my head was
Yeah.
the art style is pretty cartoony.
Yeah, but that could be, for some people, that's a good thing. For some people, that's a bad thing.
Well, it's just that's just what the art looks like to me.
Okay. So it's a positive
So
for you.
yeah, cartoony. Period. Not gonna say.
Not
and
gonna
I
say
liked
it.
it.
Yeah,
Or
yeah.
and I didn't like it.
Right.
Why would I not like it?
Some people wouldn't. Some people might not. Some people might say it looks too
Cartoony.
cartoony yeah. With a negative context. You
But
know?
some people would say it looks too cartoony in a positive context.
yeah. Did you like the art style, Megan? How did
I
you feel
really
about it?
did. I really did. And honestly, reading the first chapters, I was like, it doesn't even seem like it's like it seems like it's cartoony, but it doesn't. It's so odd. It's like super over the top, and they're like, yeah, pirates, blah blah. But it's like actually grasping me with the story. I'm like, oh, these are the characters. This is what they do. Cool. And it's not even distracting at all. I thought it was going to be a little distracting at first. Sorry, the mics are all. It's all. Yeah.
Yeah, he would.
But I really did like the cartooniness, and like comparing it to the anime, I just feel like the anime, like you would think that'd be translated well in an anime, but when I watched the first episode, I was like, this is weird.
That's
It
yeah.
didn't
That's what
seem
I.
like.
Yeah.
It's weird.
In my head, it looked like it'd be animated like a Western cartoon.
Well, yeah, and I think that is part of the rumor or one of the theories as to why the 4Kids Network ended up buying it is because aesthetically, when you look at it, it does look very childish. I don't mean that to sound bad. I mean, I feel like you can look at it and go, oh, this is a very kid-friendly sort of series, which, you know, I think in some cultures, like people and cultures that in countries that don't have as strict of like regulations when it comes to these things as America does, I think it is. But there are some very like dark things and there is some violence and there, you know, it's more than just this like fun art style, which it also does have. And it lends itself to just some of the best, just I think one of the best volume ones. I mean, I've read this volume 1 now for a total of maybe 3 times, and I love it more and more every time I read it.
It was a very full volume.
See, you're doing it again, dude.
I don't know what
Yeah.
do you I just like, oh, the art style seems pretty cartoony. Well, is that like a problem? Like, I didn't say it was. This is a full volume.
Yeah,
Is that like a problem with it? But I just said it's like a very like full like story elements. And,
Okay,
like,
all right.
I expected the reveal of like an ability to like happen like more towards the end, but it's sort of like oh that already happened. Oh, that's interesting.
Well, it happens in a panel. I think in the first chapter, like that you see in the corner of the page.
Yeah.
Yeah. I really liked the setup
Yeah.
to the character and who he is and what he's doing. It wasn't just like I'm going to be the best. He's like, I'm going to be the best because of this person. And
Yeah.
I was like, that's cool.
I did like how a pirate king was not a thing that exists,
Mhm.
and the main character was specifically not someone who can't be a pirate.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm going to become the next pirate king. He sort of made up what a pirate king. He was like, I'm going to be that, and people are sort of like, I mean, that's not like a.
Well, I mean, he wants to be king of the pirates, you know, which I think is just another way of saying he wants to be the best pirate. And I think, you know, it's also, it does such a good job of like setting up Luffy specifically, but also like other characters in this world. Like at no point, even though Shanks, who is the character that we meet, that's sort of the captain of the pirates that are in his town, that are kind of sort of just like using his village as like a docking area. You know, they very early on, what I love about it is they don't paint these guys to be good guys just because, or traditionally good guys. Like they're still pirates, and pirates still murder and steal and drink, and, you know, and they just, I don't, they do a good job in the first volume of making them be good, but not making them be like super, these like squeaky clean, like people that like, not like the Western equivalent of like Superman, like these Boy Scouts. They're like, no, these are good guys. They're just also rapscallions, you know? And I think Shanks is a really, really dope like mentor figure for Luffy in this first volume.
Yeah, no, I do like the reality of what pirates were versus what it got turned into.
Yeah.
Which it was just, usually it was like ex-military who were like abandoned, and like, because Blackbeard died trying to get medical supplies.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it wasn't like, they weren't like, he like let people go a lot too. There were a lot of pirates who like famous, like they didn't even kill people.
Yeah, pirate lore is fascinating.
It was just desperate people who were abandoned by their government.
I mean, I kind of like it more now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is like that portrayal of them sort of being like, yeah, we'll like rob like, you know, merchant ships, which is sort of like, yeah, you'll rob a bank, but it's like, who does that really affect besides?
Yeah, it's
the
almost
bank?
like Robin Hood. They're like Robin Hood maybe figures.
Yeah, but they still, you know, like pillaged.
Oh, they did say in the first volume too, like that, you know, if you want to come join us, because Luffy wants to join their crew, he's like, well, we rob people and we pillage people.
Yeah, we pillage town
Yeah,
and set
yeah.
them ablaze.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Steal jewelry and
Yeah. But Shanks is dope.
Shanks is really dope. I
Yeah.
really liked his moments in the first couple chapters, and we can talk about it, but he was awesome. He was not what I expected.
Yeah, he does the great thing of like, you can do whatever you want to me, but if you mess with my friends, which people say, but this is the only character I've seen actually
Do something.
do the second half of that, which is like, but if you do this,
Well,
then I'll do stuff.
What made that moment so cool though was in the beginning, you know, we see Luffy trying to join their crew. They're not letting him. So
For the biggest reason of all, you can't swim.
well, yeah, you can't swim.
Your name is Anchor. You're wearing an anchor on for a
That's-
shirt.
That's
Your
the
name
best
is
reason why.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they, you know, they're telling him all these reasons why he can't go. And then meanwhile, these with the mountain bandits walk in, and they're just assholes to the owner of the bar that they're all hanging out in. And that's where Shanks has that first moment, which I think sets up and sort of pays off that moment that you're talking about later, because he comes in there and asks to buy all the booze, and, you know, Shanks and his crew have drank it all, and Shanks offers him a bottle, like, here, you know, take this bottle, it's not even open yet, and he like slams it against Shanks's head and it spills everywhere. And Luffy, I think this is such a cool moment for him, because it also establishes like who he is going to become. Like this is like a huge moment for him and how he like lives his life after that. And Shanks is like, he's like, Shanks, like, you're not gonna, you can't just let that guy like crack a bottle over your head. And he's like, yeah, I mean, you know what really happened though? You know, he spilled some booze, like no one really got hurt, like it's not really a big deal.
You want me to kill him? That doesn't.
Yeah,
you can't just do that.
yeah, it's gonna cause more harm than good. And part of being an adult is like knowing, like choosing your battles, pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
And it's such a fun moment for Luffy, because Luffy, being a kid, is like, you can't let anybody talk to you like that. You can't let anybody treat you like that. And he even asked the bar tender, the owner, for like a rag, and he starts cleaning it up. This just shows you so well, I think, like who this character is. Like he's a pirate. He's, you know, maybe not a great guy in the sense of like, you know, by society standards or whatever, but he is at his core like a good person. And Luffy Luffy like grows to like resent him, and it is just like I don't want to join your crew. I thought you guys were supposed to be tough. I thought you guys were supposed to be these like badasses, and you guys are just wimps that let people like walk all over you. And it's during that feast that they're all having too, that in a corner panel, you see Luffy just like munching on what looks just like a weird fruit. And then they go to grab him and he's like walking away, and then his arm is getting longer and longer. And that's when they find out that they had like commandeered this devil fruit, and Luffy had ate it because he just thought it was dessert. Yeah. So
I mean, it was
that.
very valuable.
Yeah.
It wasn't just like a regular fruit. They're like, this damn kid ate a fucking fruit. And I'm curious to see if anyone else has done the same.
What do you mean?
Eating the fruit?
Eating the fruit.
That's the whole premise of the whole
What are you
manga.
talking about? They mentioned specifically.
Yeah.
They
that's
eat
what the whole
fruits?
Oh yeah. I mean, that's like so many people. That's what the world of One Piece is littered with these people.
Really?
Yeah.
Wait, who else eats the fruit in the first volume?
Well, in the first volume,
They mention a character
yeah.
like, oh yeah, they did it too. And they don't, already they don't consider him eating the fruit
Yeah.
as like, why shouldn't they go, huh, all right, well, we gotta
it
go.
happens all the time.
Oh, okay.
I,
Okay,
I
that's cool.
think I remember someone describing it to me as like, you
See, I
have
don't
a
know.
chance of dying if you eat it too.
Oh.
I again, like I don't necessarily really recall people dying from it, but it does. Everybody who eats it, no matter who you are, you lose the ability to swim because
What?
I would,
yeah, because it's supposed to be like a gift from the ocean or a curse. It's supposed to be the devil's fruit, so it's like a curse.
and the devil just has no idea how fun being stretchy is.
Well, it's everybody gets different
the
abilities.
water.
Everybody gets
In the
different
water?
abilities, and
They can't.
so you're sort of like by eating it, by consuming it, you're being cursed by the ocean. The ocean is saying like,
Oh.
well, you're never going to be able to like swim because it makes sense, Megan. I don't like your reaction, dude.
Yeah. No, and I would just like get floaties and
Yeah, there you go.
And, which is a viable option, sure. But what happens if that pops? Like you're dead.
well, what happens if you drown?
Then you're dead.
Yeah. This is back to the immortality thing. Like, would you eat a gum fruit if you
Devil fruit. Gum. I think Gomu Gomu no Mi is the name of the actual fruit.
Okay, so wait, does that not work then by calling it a gum fruit?
Yeah, there's different, like people call it different things, but I've been called
You
out
just
for
wanted to correct me.
No, I've
Okay.
been called out for calling it a gum fruit before, even though like I am pretty sure that it is called a gum fruit in the first volume. But someone to my face was like, it's not called that. So I was just like,
to your face.
to my face.
Oh.
Shout out Bizarre Gold.
Oh,
yeah.
Wait, it's not called a
No. Do it, no, do it.
cum fruit?
There we
Oh
go.
my god.
Josh eats those all.
Is there something wrong with that? Really? Is there something wrong with that, Cody? I'd love to know.
I didn't say there was. I just said you do it.
It was just a fact.
Yeah. I
Okay.
didn't- Yeah. Why are you being defensive about it?
Oh, you just said it as if you were like trying to hurt me.
No.
Huh.
That-
I love it.
You need to work on your like whole psychosis you got going on here.
Okay, I'll work on it.
Would you? So like, I would eat that fruit
100%.
100. Yeah.
Yeah. Equal transcend. That's a fair trade,
Both
dude.
ones. Yeah.
Yeah, both.
Yeah.
It's a fair trade, in my
Yeah.
opinion.
Yeah. You won't be able to swim. Like, I hate the ocean.
Me too.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. But I think it is.
The ocean past knee level. That's
Yeah.
for other people.
I completely agree. I would even say ankle level.
Sometimes, yeah.
Because you just need a little bit to like dip your feet in to cool off.
And
that's
be
it.
like, the ocean.
yeah. That's it.
All right, let's go home and watch some movies.
Absolutely. But
Megan,
yeah,
would you-
what I love about it is like this is such a huge part of the series and he eats it in the corner. It's not like this huge moment where like other shonens, and this is again at the time of the big three, Naruto, Bleach, and One Piece, they're the emphasis in this chapter is on the characters and on the moment and not so much on this like huge power up. This is how I get my abilities. It was almost this like, this afterthought sort of
It's a
thing
pretty
that happened.
unique way of handling that.
Yeah.
And I did like how it's like, I missed it. So
Yeah.
like, oh,
Yeah.
did he eat it? Oh, he did.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun, and it's like you said, it's different. And so once they notice that like Luffy, becomes anti-Shanks, and it's like I'm gonna be tough, and I'm gonna be a real pirate, and they leave to go on another adventure. And Luffy's at that same bar. The mountain bandits come back, and they start talking shit about the Shanks and his crew. So he starts a fight with them, and they're basically just gonna kill him.
I do like the thing is like, okay, yeah, like punching is like SpongeBob. You know, you can punch him all you want, it won't affect him. But they're like, well, we'll just stab him, and it's like, oh yeah, that'll do it.
Yeah, they're like, okay, we were just gonna steal you, but now we're gonna kill you. I was like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I did like he's like, I'm invulnerable to punches. Like, okay. He's
like, oh, shit.
Damn.
And then right before he's about to get offed, Shanks comes in to save the day. And again, this is such a badass moment because that's when he has that moment of, you know, if you hurt my friends, that's when I'll hurt you. Like he's like, you can spit on me, you can beat me up, you can crack bottles over my head, you can do whatever you want to me, but not to anybody else.
Usually when people say that, they're lying.
Oh, of course.
You could also say that to their friends.
Oh, absolutely.
You could do all of that to their friends.
Yeah, which is why Shanks is so cool.
Yeah, and they'll be like, but if you do it again.
Yeah.
Watch out, buddy.
Watch your back.
Watch your fucking front, too.
Yeah. Yeah, you really got to watch it.
That's the trick. You tell them to watch their back, and then you just attack them from the front.
Absolutely. Powerful move.
Powerful move. Powerful character.
Shanks is a powerful character,
Powerful scene.
And that scene,
I like.
Thank you.
His nickname, by the way, was just the red hair.
Red-haired Shanks. Yeah.
It's like, all right. So I assume it's in black and white. But I'm like, okay, so I assume he has red hair.
Yeah, he has red hair, but not like not like a redhead, not like an Ichigo redhead. He's got like red hair. Yeah, not like you know what I mean? Not like
Yeah, I know. We know what you mean.
Well, Cody goes like this. I don't know.
Like you're red. The red.
Yeah, exactly. And then this is a badass moment too, where he, one of his henchmen holds up a gun to him or a sword to him or whatever, and then just like one of Shanks' crewmates just blasts him in the head.
They're like, well, we never said we were good guys.
Yeah. He's like, you can't. That's not fair. He's like, we're pirates, dude. Yeah. You don't play fair.
Yeah. What do you mean?
Yeah. Bandits versus pirates. The bandits are like, what? You can't do that. We were just gonna kill the kid and leave.
Wait.
You guys are being
crazy. Disrespectful. You guys are really ruining the vibe here.
Yeah.
Yeah. And this is another badass moment. Obviously, Luffy is now like, oh my God, they are cool. They are, strong. And you have his, I think, first mate or whoever the other guy was. You have him and his moment where he's just beating up all of these bandits, and you realize how truly strong they are. Once one of the mountain bandits realizes that he's sort of like, he can't. He's like, he's gonna lose. There's too many against him. He throws down a smoke bomb and like escapes with Luffy to the ocean. And this is, to me, a very powerful moment, and not in that powerful moment, powerful scene, powerful character kind of way.
I gasped out loud.
Did you really?
I'm not gonna lie. I was reading it, and this manga has it in this first volume. It's like been one direction, and then it goes another direction. I'm like, wow, I really didn't see that coming, and it's pretty good. And I was like, oh my, okay. That's what really hooked me. I think at that moment, I was like, oh, that was really cool. I was sad. It was really cool.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing about it, I think, is because of just everything that's out there, all these different versions of it, and all these people telling you like that you got to read this, you got to read this, you got to read this. Like you maybe create something, you create a version of it in your head, and so when you actually sit down and you read it for yourself, when you're ready in your own time, you're like, oh wow, this is actually
And I think it was just the anime that had that influence over me, because I mean, I never was like, I'm never going to read the One Piece manga. It was more like, I've seen a couple clips of the anime and I don't know if I like it. But honestly, we'll see.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm like, I think this is a very pleasant story, but if I heard him screaming, I'd be like, maybe I'll visit this later.
That's why the manga is fantastic.
Because I get to decide how loud he is. If he is being like, because I'm like, I don't really find that funny, but this is a nice story. And he's like, look at me doing the face. I'm like, all right.
Yeah.
I don't need to see that part.
Yeah. And to your point, Megan, like I remember kind of gasping when I first read this part too. Like he gets attacked by like some sort of sea serpent, and Shanks comes in to save him. And as the serpent's about to like snatch Luffy, you just see Shanks like pull him out of the way, and he's like hugging him, and he's like, "Oh my God, like you're hurt." And then the camera sort of pans out, and you just see that he lost an arm.
That was a nice
save him.
Reveal shot.
Yeah, it was so good because he's like, oh, are you okay? And he's like, you're the one who's not okay. And then it just shows her and he's like, you lost an arm. I was like, fuck, no, Shang.
Yeah.
You
Again, this
guy.
is why, like, yeah, I love that you said that, Megan. Like, you don't know kind of where it's going to go, what's going to happen. You think you know, this story, and then you're like, oh, wow, they really did that. That's how I remember feeling at the time. Like, this wasn't in the 4Kids version of this.
He doesn't lose his arm in the.
I think he does, but I just didn't remember that. Like, I just didn't, and because of everything else that they changed, I just would have never thought that they would have kept that in. But it was a really cool moment, and I really loved it. After that they have this sort of moment and this time skip where Luffy says, like, you know what, I actually don't want to go with you guys anymore. Like, I want to become strong. I want to become my own pirate, and I want to, like, become your equal, pretty much. So, like, I'm gonna train. I'm gonna get stronger. I'm gonna figure out these new abilities, and I'll see you when I see you.
I'll see you on the flip side, brother.
On the flip side, on the flipper side.
Oh,
yeah. And so there's a little bit of a time skip. Luffy is now the age that he is for the remainder of the series. Obviously, he's older, and he sets off.
Oh, that's an interesting point. As the series goes on, he does.
Yeah, as the series goes on, he gets older.
That's interesting.
So how old is he now?
Time might work different, when you consume a devil fruit. You guys ever think about that?
Does it?
I don't know. But it's like his first day. And here's what I really love about this series and this first volume is we see Luffy start from, like, and I think this was always Oda's plan, obviously. We see Luffy start from, like, absolutely nothing. Like, it doesn't cut to, like, him having, like, friends that are going with him. It doesn't cut to him having spent all this time building this amazing ship. Like, he has no advantage. He's starting at the very bottom, and he's having to work all the way up. And this first volume really allows time for that to happen. That's what I love about this series. Like, I don't even think we meet the full crew until, like, volume 12 or something like that. Like, it takes time to introduce these characters to you. And I love that about it. So he starts on this, like, buoy, this, like, really run down, just, like, shitty ship thing. And he gets stuck in a whirlpool immediately, right away. But again, to the reveal, like, I think Oda's so good at, like, what is also really good about this is the comic reveals, right? Or even the reveals in general, like with Shanks' arm. But in this panel, and then later with Alvida, but in this panel, he's, like, sitting in his boat with his legs crossed, acting very casual. And he's like, it's a beautiful day. He's like, it's a beautiful day. My first day, on my pirate adventure. Wow. And then he's like, it's too bad I'm stuck in a whirlpool right now. Yeah. And then he's going to die. And he jumps in a barrel, and then he washes up on sea, and we meet Kobe, who is another Cody character. You know what I mean?
What you could possibly mean by that.
Kobe's hilarious.
Cody.
Now.
Oh.
Yeah. Glasses.
Oh, you're cosplaying him right now, huh?
I'm cosplaying as the ocean. That's why I got a blue shirt on.
I thought you were gonna flip that on me and say, "What am I cosplaying as, the ocean?"
No, no, you're cosplayed as one of Luffy's forms he gets later on.
When he
yeah, you're cosplaying as that version of him.
That was a good one.
Yeah,
no, you got me.
Yeah,
you got me.
I really did like this character though, and I love Luffy just how confident and, like, just, like, kind of like a little asshole he is to people. He's like, I don't really like you. You kind of suck. Yeah. And he's like, I'll take it. He's like, it makes sense. And he just says what's on his mind, like, constantly.
Oh yeah, he has no filter
for
sure. We're in sync. And I'm Lance Bass. He has he has no filter. He knows what he wants. He's like, I'm gonna be a pirate king, the pirate king. No one's gonna stop me. It's not even a question. It's either that or I die trying. So of course, like, when he sees somebody else, he's like, okay, well, how are you going? Are you going to help me, or are you not going to help me? Or, like, where do you fit into this? Because if you don't, I really don't care.
I have grown a fondness for the fool, which, obviously doesn't mean that they're stupid. It means that they, like, go about life while having some sort of, like, so, like, I mean, as far as him, like he sails, goes into a barrel, washes up on shore, and, like, that leads him to the next thing. I've gone through a couple of stories where there's that type of character, and it's just a fun whimsy to it.
Yeah,
fun Luffy.
I thought you were gonna say, like, a fun onesie to it. Yeah,
That's because that's what I did say.
Oh, I didn't hear you.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Kobe's a very cool character. He's very down on himself, hard on himself. Another reason why he could be compared to
Oh
Cody.
yeah.
I don't see any
Yeah,
association.
yeah, has like dreams and goals and stuff, but
Yeah, but
he
he
is
has
his
a
worst enemy. Yeah.
He has a woman in his life that he's scared of, which
well,
Yeah,
that
I would
could,
have to have a woman in my life.
Well, that could
be scared of.
Alvita could
At all,
represent Alvita could represent women and your fear of them in general.
All right. Okay. All right. You got me.
Yeah,
All
yeah.
right.
Yeah.
All right.
That
Which
was
is why
good.
she's so big, to symbolize that. Yeah,
all of the women.
Yes.
Mm.
Women in general.
She
Yeah.
represents the Josh in my life.
Okay. And then you tried to throw it back on me. Doesn't feel good.
It's the whirlpool.
Am I the whirlpool? Am I Alvita? Or am I, a future form of Luffy?
You're Alvita.
Zen.
You're Velveeta, the cheese.
Oh, that was good.
And you know what? I'm going to have to say Alvita Zane to you right now.
Oh, you guys, this is a barrel of laughs right now.
Oh,
Okay.
Megan.
All right.
All
We're
right.
having fun.
Yeah, you know what? I didn't even occur to me that is the rival in the shonen story until we're talking about it now.
What?
Because him, like,
Oh, yeah.
he's like, I'm gonna, well, you want to do this, I want to do
Yeah.
this. We're gonna like oppose each other in it. It did not come across me as like, other manga. Oh, cool, it's the rival character, but that's not. I didn't occur to me that was even his role until right now.
Yeah.
Talking about it.
Yeah, because he doesn't feel that way at all.
No.
They usually clash when they meet, but
And
here
then
it's
they
almost
grow
like
respect for each other as they go on.
yeah, here it's almost like he's like, I'm gonna help you be my rival,
Mhm.
kind of. And I think that's a very heartfelt. It's more emotional. Than,
It also feels like he doesn't really comprehend what a pirate does.
yeah,
So, he's like, I want to be in the Navy. I want to be a pirate. Which means, whatever.
yeah.
Means fun.
It definitely doesn't mean any of the things it means. So, what's the problem if I'm one and you're this?
And I think Luffy too, like he wants to be obviously his own pirate. I think that's a big thing for him. Like he has morals.
You should drink like water.
Why? I mean,
Wow.
that was really aggressive, dude. Sound up in the comments, the level of disrespect.
Wow, you should drink like water. You
Yeah.
guys sound like yourselves right now.
Yeah, you're the ocean. So why don't you let
Thank
me?
you.
Why don't you let me take
Take
a
a
little sip
sip.
out of you, huh?
Yeah.
Well, how long do we have?
Okay, that was a weird
Yeah,
joke.
about an hour.
Jesus Christ, you guys.
But yeah, so he is, he wants to be his own pirate, and I think the morals that were instilled in him by Shanks are like what sort of dictate that, and so that's why I think that he's not going to be this like traditional burning down villages or whatever. He just
Right. So,
yeah.
like, I was saying, like, did Shanks lie to him about burning down villages?
Maybe he was just being funny. Shanks is funny, but I think also like they are pirates, and they, like you said, like it might be that they are like burning. It might seem like they're burning down villages, but maybe they're burning down like the headquarters of like evil naval officers or something like that.
Oh.
Like so.
Maybe they're just burning down villages.
It
Well, I
is
think-
fun to do that
If you're
Oh.
a pirate.
Yeah, for legal reasons. If you're a pirate
in Minecraft. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're
Yeah.
a pirate in Minecraft.
yeah, it's fun to burn down villages. Yeah, and so Kobe is on this ship. He's been also sort of taken prisoner by another pirate.
He's a slave.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah, for sure.
I think all of them on the ship pretty much.
Yeah. To
Are.
varying degree.
To
but
varying
yeah.
degree, yeah. But he's like the lowest of the low on the ship.
He's the cabin boy.
Yeah, he's the captain boy.
And it's funny, the reveal again, this reveal of Alvita and who she is. She's like, who's the fairest on the sea? This ship needs to be as clean and as beautiful as I am. Only to later be revealed that she is actually very beautiful because we are in 2021.
Good
Yeah.
job, Josh.
She also beats children.
Oh, that's a big thing too.
Right. So that's
And
not
she keeps
honestly-
slaves.
Yeah.
Right, so that's
I
very
would I
ugly.
would go so far as to say
Right.
she's a pretty ugly person.
Well, that backfired on me. Thank you.
But if you think there's beauty within that, that's
That's your
that's
bad.
all on you.
well, that's not what I'm
bud.
saying, and I think people know what I'm saying.
Huh.
Is that body positivity and all that. Right. Moving on. But even that reveal was so funny to me. Again, this is like I'm reading this volume for the third time, and I laugh. I know it's coming every time, but I'm like, this is great. This is so fun.
Yeah, it
Like,
got me.
It got you, right?
Yeah, it got me. I was like, oh, that's pretty funny. And she's just like an asshole. Like she just is a total asshole. I mean, if you're a pirate captain, you could get away with a lot of stuff, being an asshole, beating up kids, taking people prisoner.
I think you guys are struggling with the term of like, I think you guys are like kind of like fixating on like your own definition of what a pirate is and like, you know, what a pirate in this world is. And a pirate in this world could really.
Oh my God. I think Josh, I think what you're doing right now.
Oh my God.
Is actually putting your own, modern touches on pirates. And you shouldn't think like that because back in the day, pirates actually pillaged and killed people. So don't put this little cute little pirate shit on there because actually there was
pirates in this world are very terrible.
And there was no teenagers back then.
I get what you're doing and I really like it, but out of context, people are probably like, what is she talking about? But I really like it. I do like it.
Yeah.
That was just for us.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I appreciate it. I really do.
That's what I thought. That's what you were doing. Anyway.
But I support it.
Well, that's the thing is I sort of accept that like, you know, how pirates are depicted in any world is dependent on like what aspect of it like any writer wants to cover, you know. Are they adventurers? Are they like thieves and criminals? Are they down on their luck people? I'm like reading, I'm like, okay, which part is that? Because so far we have a group of people that seem pretty chill and then like a slave runner who like beats people with a mace.
Well, I think that's the beauty of this world is that there are so many different kinds. We're going to see every kind. Every kind. We're going to see like fun ones, bad ones, funny ones, mean ones, cool ones, lame ones, weak ones, strong ones, all kinds.
Have you heard of Steed?
No.
The gentleman pirate?
Never heard of him.
He was a guy who just decided he was going to be a pirate and he became one.
Steed.
It's very anticlimactic.
Well, yeah, but he like famously for a while didn't kill anyone.
Oh.
And he like and a lot of the way pirates would work is you would like board the ship, take all the stuff and then leave. And because people knew that, you wouldn't put up a fight. So it was like, oh, it's pirates, just let them take the treasure chests and leave. And because you know, it's like if you didn't kill anyone, you weren't established as someone who would kill people, they would just surrender.
Right.
So you were better off not killing. It was actually the most pragmatic choice was to not kill people because otherwise people would be like, well, you need to take that pirate down.
Right. Yeah. I just, you know, I expected some sort of like epic tale when you were like, have you heard of Steed? And I'm like, who's the Steed guy?
Yeah,
like,
it was.
He wanted to be a pirate, so he became one. You know what I mean?
Well, there's a whole.
And then you said all the interesting stuff about him after. So it was like, that was a weird way to tell
I thought it was interesting that a guy just decided to be something.
But Cody, that's how people become anything. They have to first want to be that thing, and then they become that thing.
Well, he was like a rich landowner.
Oh, so you left that out.
So you left all the important details out that would make us hooked to the story because you just said,
oh, the fact that he's rich makes it more interesting?
Well, because, you know, he gave up a life of riches and luxury to become a sea.
There's a guy named Steed, and he wanted to be a pirate. And he was rich landowner, and then that's how you bring the story
well,
together.
How about this? He was in Assassin's Creed. So Steed was in Assassin's Creed, and that's a pirate song.
Okay.
There once was a man.
Oh, we should sing like pirate
named
songs.
Pirate Steed.
You won me over with the pirate song.
Wow.
I love pirate songs. You know?
Yeah. I mean, that's just the tradition of like, all right, well, we'll get to our location in about 2 weeks. So who has
a song?
Something to do?
Yeah. I love it. Alvida, very funny, very mean. Kobe, very sweet, very sad.
He wants to be the number one Navy guy.
He wants to be a naval officer, but you know, he doesn't believe in himself very much. Luffy, he rolls the barrel that Luffy swims in on into give to his other crewmates because they think there's booze in it, but then Luffy pops out and it creates chaos because he screams that he was taking a nap, and Alvida's like, which one of you lazy fucks was taking a nap? And then Luffy, because he calls it like he sees it, he's like, who's this? Like Uggo, basically. Is what he says.
Yeah.
He says, I don't even know if that word is offensive.
Uggo?
I thought he said something else.
I think he does say something a little bit more, I can't even remember exactly what he says.
He said biddy?
Biddy. I think he says you old biddy or something like that.
Which could mean
old biddy.
Yeah, which is a great word. Like I'm gonna start inserting that into
I have no idea what it means, but I do know it's an insult.
Well, yeah, you got to think about when you talk about me and my genitalia. You usually use the word bitty when you say bitty.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you did it. Okay.
yeah. Beat you to it. It's called beating people to the things that they're about to say that are going to hurt you.
Okay.
Okay. Don't just say okay. Give me something.
Oh, I mean, I'm glad that you're more open about this part.
And I know that committee, Josh.
Oh, you're a part of the committee. Yeah, me and Megan go to the same meetings.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I
It's
have
a
a small
lifestyle.
heart.
That's what?
I have a small heart.
Doesn't matter.
Okay, yeah.
It's inside.
Yeah,
It's not external.
You're a part of a different club. We go to different meetings. Yeah. So this is
I
another.
don't like being excluded. Actually, I have the small.
Actually, no.
Actually, now that I think about it,
Now that I've compared it to some other ones I've seen.
Lady
Too small.
Elvita is the ugliest hag of all.
He does say hag, and then I do think he says biddy later.
And then Luffy's like, ha ha, good one, dude. You're right. And she's like, you little bitch. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't say that because, you know.
Okay.
And then he gets into this huge, fight with them, and Kobe stands up for himself. While Alvita's having this interaction with the other crewmates, like Kobe's helping Luffy escape, and he's like, do you have a ship or something that we can sail on? And he's like, I built this thing. And he's like, why did you build this thing? Aren't you going to use it? He goes, no, I don't. I built it and I'm too scared to use it. I built it so that I could escape, but I'm too afraid to actually escape. And I probably won't even be good at it. And I probably can't even do it. And yeah.
And then Luffy's like, shut the up.
Yeah.
Do it.
Yeah. And, he believes in him. And that's why Kobe ends up telling her off.
Yes.
And
this is who's the believe it guy? Naruto.
Yeah. That was it. Like, did you just have a question?
I thought he was the believe it guy for a second.
Oh, you thought that Luffy was or that Kobe was?
Luffy.
Oh, no.
From what I can tell, they have similar vibes, him and Naruto.
No.
Don't.
I also have not read Naruto.
Luffy has more like, I don't know.
Luffy's got a fun energy.
Yeah.
Luffy is fun. Luffy is carefree.
Mm-hmm.
Luffy is, kind of goofy, obviously. Yeah.
But he knows what he's good at. Like he can actually kick some ass.
Oh yeah, and he's strong. He's very strong.
Yeah.
And he's immune to
is-
blunt attacks.
Naruto's sad, dude. Naruto's really sad.
Ooh.
God.
Yeah, he's like very tortured because no one ever wanted to hang out with him.
Jesus.
Yeah, because
Why?
he had a demon trapped inside of him.
Because
Oh, like,
and that's something we all have.
It's true.
That's called our doubts and fears, and
Yeah.
insecurities.
Which is represented
And we
in
all want
Kobe
to-
by his booty.
Hokages. Oh.
Okay, Cody.
By his
Yeah.
booty.
No, by his buoys.
Oh.
But pirates.
I heard booby.
I heard booty.
But pirates do go after booty too, so that works.
Oh, yeah.
A pirate's booty.
Cody's definitely a pirate then.
Now that I think about it, I'm definitely I would have
Cody's
to be.
more of a pirate.
If we're
Yeah.
the big three, I'm the pirate.
Mm-hmm.
You're the Hikage.
Hokage, sure.
No, it's pirate,
Hokage.
bleach.
Oh yeah. So I would be like a soul. I'd be a Shinigami then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think you're the Hokage?
Oh, I'm a Hokage.
There's
Got
one.
him.
Yeah, stay tuned for a Naruto volume 1, huh?
Oh yeah. Believe it.
Yeah,
I don't.
if people want to see
man.
it.
This is definitely. I can't imagine I would be.
But
okay
see, here's
hearing this.
my thing though, dude. Here's my thing though. You Bleach, right? You didn't know what to expect. You were kind of like, I'll do it because I'm a good friend, but I'm not gonna like it. And then you kind of liked it. And then with One Piece, you're like, I mean, I guess I'll try to read it because I never read it.
Here's what.
So what makes Naruto any different?
When we talked about Bleach, I specifically said I like the manga more than the anime.
Mm-hmm.
With this, I'm saying I like the manga, but from what I've seen of the anime, it would annoy me so much I couldn't enjoy it.
Right. So do you think you like the Naruto manga?
Probably more than the anime. Because if I heard him say, believe it, I'd be like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah,
You're not
talking
even
in
the
riddles this
Hokage
episode,
yet.
dude. Yeah.
You're not even a Hokage.
Okay.
You're like not even
All right.
a Hokage.
Well, this isn't the Naruto
You're
episode.
not
It's
a
the manga
Anyway,
episode.
you're a One
You're
Piece.
never going to be a
bro.
Hokage.
You're a One Piece.
You're just
dog.
One Piece.
And speaking of
Um,
One Piece,
Speaking of One Piece, I do like these little.
oh yeah, they're great. Like Oda's little inserts that he puts
Yeah.
between chapters. I mean, this was a thing. I don't know if a lot of mangas are doing this still to this day, but it's something that used to pop up a lot in manga. These in between chapters where you get like Kubo was doing them in Bleach, Kishimoto was doing them in Naruto, Oda's having fun here, showing you how to draw your own Jolly Roger in here. It's just fun. He's answering fan questions.
It's very fun, and I do like the inserts with like him and like the dolphin drinking a little drink. Fun. I'm like, that's so cute.
Yeah, and that's the world of One Piece. I mean, that's just kind of like what Oda loves to draw. He just loves to draw that kind of stuff, and that's why I'm such a huge fan of his art. But after this, after the whole Alvida situation, we are let in because she thinks that there might be someone going after her by the name of Zolo, this pirate hunter. Which again, because of the 4Kids dub, I grew up calling him Zorro because that's what they call him in the 4Kids.
They just call him Zorro.
They do. They really do.
Yeah.
Which is odd.
They're just like, it's probably Zorro.
Yeah, he's got a sword. Kids are going to get this.
Sure, but yeah.
Kids love Zorro.
Yeah, we all know everyone's favorite character growing up.
Zorro. Oh my God. They go nuts for it.
Yeah, kids have Zorro bed sheets and pillows.
Yeah, they won't shut up about him.
They will not shut up. And they draw like Z's on the walls with crayons, and you have to go, stop doing that. And they go, no, we do it for Zorro. Yeah. Zorro. They go nuts.
Yeah. So let's change his name. Yeah. It's such a weird choice that they made, but it is Zolo. And he, we're letting know him being a pirate hunter and a very dangerous pirate hunter at that. So I
was happy with that as the plot goes on, because I'm like, why is a pirate hunter in jail?
Yeah.
And the reason is like, oh, cool. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, it makes sense, dude. And the Navy's not all that they're selling themselves to be. They're
not all they're sailing
themselves to be. Sailing. It's funny too, is because Luffy gets on the sea.
You should wear these sunglasses more often.
Yeah,
I really like the
dynamic,
the effect. Yeah,
he gets on the sea and he's like, Kobe's like, okay, well, we got to go to this place, and Luffy's like, oh, I was just gonna sort of float around. I mean, it's been kind of working out for me so far, and he's like, you need to know where you're going to get there. And he's like, yeah, sure. And he's like, no, I think it's very important actually. And you should be looking for like a navigator, which, spoilers for the end of volume 1. And so they set off, they find this island, and they find Zorro. See, I told you 4Kids has shaped my mind, has warped my mind. They find Zolo and he's tied up. He's tied up and he hasn't ate in days, and he's sitting there, and there's this little girl who is going up to him and feeding him, which also in the 4Kids thing, they changed the little rice balls. They changed them to cookies. They Photoshop chocolate chip cookies.
Do they not think that it's in America, they won't even know what rice is?
No, literally, I don't understand how culturally.
We showed it to our kid demographic and went, "Is that a jelly donut?" And they're like, yeah. See, they don't have a concept for rice. We don't even have a word for it.
Is that a pile of snow? Okay, cut it.
Why is the girl feeding him a pile of snow?
Yeah.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
Is rice a kind of snow?
But it was a cute moment, dude, because this is where we're let on. Like, Luffy's also like, I'm not going to let anybody join my crew that I don't think is a good person. Like, I get, because he's like, I got to feel this guy out. Like, if he's a bad guy, like you're saying he's a bad guy, then he's got no place on my crew. But I want to hear him out. I want to see if he's a good guy or not. And I want to make the call. So they find him, they see this sort of interaction happen. And Luffy's kind of like, okay, it's weird that he's tied up, number one. Number two, like, he's only telling this girl, he throws her rice balls into the dirt, and another character comes that we'll talk about right now and stomps him out. But he's like, something's not adding up. I don't think this guy's as bad as everybody says he is.
Well, yeah, he doesn't stomp the rice.
No.
I said the other character who shows up that we're going to talk about right now. That's literally what I said.
No, I don't think he drops them at all, though.
No. Helmeppo is his name. Helmeppo throws him on the ground.
Yeah.
And stomps on him, which is a character that we're going to talk about right now.
Yeah, Zorro.
Because you said he was checking him out, and he stomps on the ground. And
no, I said Helmeppo. Roll the tape back.
Roll it back.
Roll it back.
I want you to.
Okay. Maybe in the editing bay. That's a lot of work, actually.
No, we're rewinding right now.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Helmeppo throws him down.
Oh.
Yeah, and stomps him out.
Fake news, dude.
That's a good point.
Yeah,
and this is another important moment, too, because, this character is supposed to be a naval officer.
That's you.
We're set in the Navy. We're told that the Navy...
Any shot of the girl crying, by the way, is Megan.
Oh, for sure.
Not at all.
We're told that the Navy is something that
not Zorro.
We'll talk about who we're going to be.
Yeah.
We're told that Zorro's this bad person and the Navy is supposed to be this,
Zolo.
I know.
It's for kids.
I wasn't
Blame
gonna
for
do
kids.
it, but
I
you
just
said
did
it
it.
No,
twice.
do it.
All right.
And I've told you this before. Do it, dude.
Just do it.
Yeah, just do it.
Swoosh.
Yeah.
Zolo.
You know, blame the 4 kids dub. Yeah, Zolo. We've been told that he's this bad guy.
Imagine
and
if
the
he
Navy's
asked
good.
Zoro his life motto, and it would be Zolo.
Okay.
I was gonna make that joke, but then I just decided to let it sail.
I was gonna
We're
be
almost
against
at an
you.
hour. We haven't even
I was
got to
gonna be
this.
against you shutting that down, but that was fun. Okay.
You know,
Yes.
going, filming this and recording this volume 1 is like swimming against the tide right now.
Why would you say that?
Are we stretching out those episodes?
There you go. And we're back. And we're back.
What do you mean?
The sail?
What the
Megan.
fuck? No, he's
Where are you?
his power is to stretch.
I'm sorry, I'm like way too high for this.
Sure. I mean,
Oh
high
my
tide.
God.
Yeah, whatever.
Oh, high
Who
tide.
cares?
All right.
Sure.
Wow.
It has
I'm
one
just-
word in common with that. You don't bother saying this.
Wow. Hopefully
yeah.
you guys like this
I
episode.
do.
I'm
I
taking it very seriously.
I am a
I mean-
sucker for the asshole character. I do think that
Yeah.
is there's this weird thing that I can like notice in writing, which is a character who you're supposed to hate.
Mhm.
If I find myself being like, "Oh, you fucking hell," and you just forget that like they were written for this reaction, but I'm
Yeah.
still like, "Ooh, don't let him get away with
Yeah.
that."
Yeah, it's always the rich kid that's like, if my dad hears this, you're gonna die.
I love how they just like so much they take with that character. How he just is like,
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's so funny. And then he's just like, oh, you're just like, you bastard. He keeps calling him bastard. And then he like literally turns out
To be.
to be a bastard.
Who?
The
Yeah.
guy.
Who? The Helmeppo?
Yeah.
What?
he
Yeah.
doesn't literally turn out.
He doesn't literally turn out to be a
Is
bastard?
he not a bastard?
Like,
Hold on. Do you know?
yeah, are you,
I'm sorry. I don't want to.
yeah,
you
do
know,
take it from here.
Wait.
Do you know what the word bastard means?
Yeah, it means that you're not actually biologically, you're half.
No, that's his dad.
That's his biological dad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where did you pick
I
that
read
up?
it from the actual manga, so maybe I just interpreted
You
differently.
have my copy of the actual
Yeah,
manga that I read in front of you.
yeah. Continue.
Maybe you read into that,
Maybe
And-
I did.
and art is open to
It is.
interpretation.
It really is.
Yeah.
Continue.
And you know what? Either way, he's a bastard. Either way.
Yes, but
Yeah.
not literally.
Okay. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you guys for watching and listening. So yeah, he's a bad guy. You know,
He stomps on a girl's rice balls.
Stomps on a girl's
and he's
rice
like, What is
balls.
this, sugar?
Yeah, she's like, I like sugar. I thought it'd be good on these balls. You
He's
know,
like, disgusting.
on these rice balls, Megan.
Put salt.
Oh.
Yeah.
Put salt to the balls and they'll be better.
Yeah, and it's
That's how he sounds.
and it's this
That's not how he sounds.
and it's this moment where once everybody leaves, he tells Zolo that he's got a month. If he's tied up for a month, and if he survives without food, that he'll set him free.
There's no way.
Which
Wait, I like
not
the thing
humanly
like
possible.
I have
Yeah.
strong willpower. It's like, all right, I'm sure in this world that'll be enough.
No.
But
I mean, you'd be surprised at how I mean,
I know that you could survive a month without like food
okay, dude.
There's no way.
because you've only willpower.
Thank you.
Because he's not even giving him water either. So
Yeah,
that's key
Yeah.
Yes.
for survival.
Yeah, and when he stomps the stuff down, I mean, Luffy's not really having that, and Luffy's sort of pissed, and Luffy punches him in the face, which is awesome.
Which was really funny.
yeah, and then he's like, "I'm gonna go tell my dad,"
Blood screaming, I'm gonna go tell daddy. And you're like, rich kid.
Yeah, I'm gonna go tell my dad, Captain Morgan, who also took me prisoner for a while. Yeah,
Oh.
yeah, which is why, but I'm 2 years sober. Thank you guys.
Oh, that was really
that was-
good.
Oh, thank you.
Wow, that was
a
really,
good
really
one.
good.
Yeah.
Thank you. Wow,
Yeah.
I didn't expect that.
Uh,
And he, while Helmeppo looks like a little rich kid, spoiled brat.
Lord Farquaad.
Yeah,
Yes.
little Farquaad in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was a little Farquaad.
Yeah, but Captain Morgan looks like a badass and a real guy that you don't want to
I
mess with.
really like the behind the scenes little explanation the author gave for
Yeah.
that, where he's like he wanted him to look at this, but like his editor was like, that looks dumb. He's like, yeah, and then he redrew it.
Yeah, he's like, I just thought since they were father and son, they should look kind of alike. And then he's like, but everybody told me he looks silly.
Yeah.
And this guy, you think that maybe this is a guy, maybe Helmeppo is this like entitled brat that's wandering around town doing whatever he wants because his dad is, powerful. But what you find out is that his dad is also worse than him.
Yeah.
It was the thing, like, he was, like, demanding a child be killed.
Yeah.
But then he does get a moment where he's like, Dad, maybe,
Even him, because, like, he's erecting a literal statue of himself up.
And that's what literal
Yeah.
means.
Yeah. And, he's asking, like, he's like, Dad, there's a guy in town who hit me. Did you, aren't you going to go find him? And aren't you going to go hit him? You guys are having a whole
No, we're not. I'm listening to you.
On the other side of the camera. He runs up to him. No, it's just hot. And
it's very
hot.
You lasted longer in that than I thought.
Yeah, it's very hot. He's like, there's this guy who hit me. Aren't you going to find him? And aren't you going to make him pay? And he's like, I only deal with people who like defy me.
Yeah, because like, he hit me. I mean, you've never even hit me. He's like, because you're not worth it.
Yeah.
Dang.
Which is surprising. Yeah, I guess he's never talked to his dad before because he hates his son.
Oh
yeah. And he's like, kill him. He's like, no, blah blah. And then he's like, oh, but a little girl was feeding him rice balls, and he's like, kill her. I was like,
and he's like, you don't have to. Yeah, he's like,
I don't care how old she is.
Yeah, you gotta set
grab her.
I really liked that one of the goon Navy guys is like, I'm not gonna kill a kid.
Yeah, he's like, I'm not gonna do that, sir. And he's like, well,
yeah, and it's
then die.
he's a bad person, but he seems like a very powerful person at the same time. So we don't know how Luffy is going to fare at this point. So they are literally erecting a statue. There's a funny moment where the statue bumps into a wall, and the guy who's like helping hoist the statue up gets just like brutally murdered on the spot. He's like, it took years to build this thing, and we're finally erecting this thing, and you scratched it on the first day. You're gonna die. So I mean, this guy is as ruthless as it gets. Luffy is like trying to make a deal with Zolo and convincing him to join his crew, and he's like, I'm not gonna do that.
I'm getting out in 1 month.
Yeah.
He's like, we have a sweet deal. I don't know if you heard him. I will get out of here in 1 month if I don't eat.
Oh yeah, if
I
survive. But I really liked his moment where after the rice gets like stomped on, and the rich Himeto was like, oh, that's disgusting, and then the Zola's like, give me the rice, give me all of it, and you see him like chewing it and like crying. He's like, all right, tell her it was wonderful. Yeah. I like how he's like, oh, he's trying to like help her like feelings.
Yeah. I mean, and it does both. Like it shows his like will to survive as well as like him being like a genuinely good person.
Yeah, and being nice.
And being nice.
Aw.
Yeah, and
but why was he so mean about it? Oh, because if she helped.
Of course. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so as they keep going back and forth, the Zolo's like, I'm not going to be a pirate. I have my own moral code that I live by, and my own goals that I want to accomplish and achieve. And we have this little flashback of him.
Oh.
Yeah. And this like girl that he trained with, and their moments too. We had a comment on our Bleach episode about, how like, some of the female characters seem really well written in Bleach compared to some other like big three at the time. But I think, despite a lot of the times them having very long legs and being very buxom in One Piece, I think like the writing, like
no one uses that word anymore.
Buxom.
It's a beautiful word. The writing for these characters is done really well. I think especially in this small little flashback, we get to see her kind of struggling. She's like, yeah, you're gonna become a man one day, and you're gonna physically be able to overpower me, and that sucks. Like I don't want. And she's like, I'm growing boobs. Like I don't want any of this. I just want to be a swordsman, and I want to be seen as like an equal. And it was just like a really special moment that they had.
I know. I really did like that moment. I was like, wow, this is really capturing a piece of my heart.
How much of it?
One whole
okay, I was like,
I was like, heart.
Yeah.
You could have just let me have it. But I did like this moment.
I just give you a fucking transition. You're like, you could have let me do it on my own. I'm like, oh, you know what? I'm sorry.
Yeah, jeez. Anyway,
what the hell was that about? But I do think that this was the emotional peak of the manga for me. Is this background? I got a little teary eyed because I mean, yeah, like they do flip the thing, and you're like, I'm like, oh, so he's like, he wants to become a swordsman, a fighter, and they're like, I mean, if we were gonna do a spoiler,
Oh,
Mark.
It's One Piece. Absolutely not.
okay,
Yeah.
sure, but yeah, like that little reveal where it's like, oh no, she had an accident. You're like,
and he's like,
Yeah.
you promised me. And he's like, I just promised her yesterday. I was like, oh my God.
yeah, he's like, I just saw her yesterday. She can't pay.
Oh.
Yeah, that was very solid. And he's like, I'm gonna carry. Well, give me her sword. And like, all right,
Yeah.
This is probably my favorite character in the manga.
Mhm.
As far as
Mhm.
characters too, like that's a conversation that I want to have at the end. And if we do read more, I want to find out sort of which crew members you connect with the most, because in my memory as a child, like I always connected with Sanji. He's like the cook character that you're gonna meet later. But upon like reading it when I was older, I really think that Zolo and Usopp have become like my favorite characters. Which when I was a kid, like Zolo, I was like iffy on Zolo. I was like, yeah, he's cool. But like Sanji, he's the cool guy
He's the
that
New
gets all the
Yorker.
chicks,
Oh, that's
Mhm.
why.
Yeah.
Like that's gonna be me.
But he really doesn't even get the chicks. He just like tries.
So
and-
you
yeah.
ended up
I
becoming
ended-
him.
yeah.
Oh, that's why you do it though, to be more like him, not because there's no other reason why you can't.
You're right. I mean,
Yeah, that's not the which character is this?
Sanji.
That's
Yeah.
not the Sanji way.
right. Right. Yeah.
Turns out
It's-
Sanji might be my favorite character too.
Oh, maybe we'll see if we keep reading. Yeah. So it's a heartfelt moment that happens, and again, like it balances the action so well, and it also balances these heartfelt moments so well. Luffy is like dragging Hemepto, whatever his name is, Helmeppo, around.
Helmet head.
Yeah, Helmet Head around and like trying to find Zolo's swords, and he finds a row of them, and he's like, I don't know which ones are yours. I'm just gonna take all of them. And he's just like, he has this awesome moment where like the firing squad that Captain Morgan has like put on Zolo and Kobe, which Kobe got shot.
Bro,
too.
that was another moment. I was like, no, please, God,
Yeah.
no, don't kill this
Yeah.
kid. He had so much to live for.
Yeah, he's like
No.
standing there like trying to like convince him to leave. And I'm like, oh no, but he missed. Oh no, he
Yeah.
shot him in the shoulder.
Yeah.
Oh my God, like again and again. It's like the timing is so perfect and the reveals are so perfect. It's just like, oh,
Yeah, I mean,
wow.
for a minute you could actually believe like, did they just murder this kid?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so right as he's like waking up and Zolo's like, come on, you got to get up. They're going to kill us. Luffy finds the swords and does his devil fruit power and, rockets himself down towards them and jumps in front of the bullets. And then we find out that, of course, which we found out a little earlier when he was a kid, but that he is bulletproof and that the bullets just kind of will like sink into him and sort of just like shoot out of him.
And that's one of those things because guns back then they did just shoot balls.
Yeah.
They didn't get stabby bullets until I don't know, cowboys. No, maybe cowboys.
Who knows?
Cowboys and pirates. Has that been a
Who
combo?
knows?
Cowboys and Pirates.
Yeah, it's like the Wild West, but it's in the ocean.
Okay, yeah, that's fun.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
Well, someone we'll do.
We'll
something.
work on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Seahorses.
Oh, there you go.
Starfish sheriffs.
Okay.
They like have a starfish on there.
Yeah,
Sure. I mean, I
yeah.
think you're getting a little SpongeBob-y with it. but-
yeah.
Yeah.
But we'll work on it. We'll
Yeah.
work on it. It's a very cool moment. It's a very heroic moment for Luffy, and he goes to untie Zolo, and there's all these like funny moments about whether he's gonna be able to do it in time, and of course he does. And Zolo has this like reveal that he's like a 3 swordsman, fighter.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I like that. Like, which sword is yours? All of them.
Yeah.
With his 3.
yeah.
How would he do? Oh, it's just in his mouth.
yeah.
Yeah.
Which that is something as a kid I remember being like, that's fucking cool. I really like that a lot. And of course they, have no issue really. They sort of team up and they help take out Captain Morgan. And it's a fun battle. We get to see like Luffy demonstrate his strength. We get to see him and Zolo have this like team up moment. It's a very cool fight and a very cool, I think, first volume for
And
sure.
you get the nice. I guess another peak of it was like after they kill Morgan or defeat him.
Mhm.
All the the Navy goons go like, awesome, cool. Yeah, we did not want to work in. Yeah, Luffy's like, he ruled with fear
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
instead of the proper chain of command in the Navy.
And something else that we forgot to say too is that Kobe the whole time, like wanting to be a naval officer, this whole time is like, what is happening? Like, this is not, the Navy's supposed to protect the people and they're supposed to, be a force for good. Like, why is any of this happening? Like, this can't be real. So that when they do have that moment of like, oh my God, like, yeah, Luffy understands, but even more so, Kobe's like, oh my God, thank God. I thought the entire Navy was just this like evil people.
Sort of, yeah, the opposite of when a story will have you, the hero kills all the goons and he gets to the final guy. And he's like, I'm not going to be a murderer like you.
Yeah.
That would be wrong to punish the person in charge.
Well, yeah, because but it is crazy how loyal they are to him, because there's that moment too after, Luffy deflects the bullets. Captain Morgan like orders the rest of his crew. He's like, the ones who missed right now, the firing squad that missed, like, kill yourselves right now.
I don't need big soldiers in my fucking fleet. Die. And they go, okay, sir. I was like, Jesus Christ, this is dark.
Yeah, super dark. It's and it gets like way darker.
What?
I think emotionally, this story has a lot of like really, really intense moments.
And it hits harder because of how cartoony the art style is too. The contrast of the story versus like the actual art is like, oh, okay.
Yeah, no, I think it's so well done. And then there's a final, well, not a final scene, but the final scene in this like sort of story where they have this like emotional moment with Kobe and the Navy and Luffy and Zolo, where they sort of say like, okay, well, I'm going to do it, but they can't find out about your past. So, let's keep the whole Alvita thing under wraps. And the Navy come in to sort of, and again, this is a really cool moment with the Navy, because they're like, look, you're still pirates, but you saved us, and like we're able to like do what we're supposed to do now. So we're gonna like close our eyes for a little bit, and you guys like run off.
You guys go. You guys have to leave. They're like, okay, well, fair enough.
Yeah.
Well, they're a little bit like, well, we saved the town.
Well, everyone else is like, what are you talking about? They say this is like. Luffy's like, okay, let's just fucking.
Yeah, and then
there's no reason to stay.
Yeah, and then as they're leaving,
also, we're like, Luffy's not like, I'm not gonna move here.
Yeah, he's like, I'm not gonna move to this freaking dump.
I got shit to do.
Yeah.
There's a moment where the naval officer to Kobe's like, aren't you gonna go with them? And he's like, oh, I don't know them. And he's like, Luffy's like, oh, I know everything about this guy. I know everything about his past. I know everything, and that same sentence that they just spoke earlier is like echoing in his head about like them finding out about his past. And he's like, Luffy, what are you doing? Like, you're about to tell them right now. And he just like socks Luffy in the face. And then of course it's this whole thing that like Luffy is doing this on purpose to sort of bring this out of Kobe. To like,
it was an interesting thing too, though, but he still does beat him up.
He still beats him up. Yeah.
I was honestly like, oh, is Luffy like, because he was like, we'll always be friends. Like right after he said, we'll always be friends. Like, even though we're not going to see each other anymore. And he's like, I don't know this guy. And I thought he was like, oh, you don't know me. Yeah. Okay, you little ass. I was like, actually, like, holy shit, is he actually selling him out right now for real? Because he's mad at him? But no, it was a joke.
Yeah,
it was all
it was
sham.
Literally a joke.
It was literally a joke.
And what's funny too is that like even the naval officers like don't really buy it, because at the end, I mean, they in the moment they're like, okay, kid, like we'll give you a shot then, but because then they kind of wave them all, like Kobe runs to like see Zolo and Luffy off and like waves them goodbye, and the other naval officers are like appear behind him. And they're like, you got some good friends there, kid. So it's like everybody knew what everybody was doing. Even Zolo was like, that was some bad acting. But it is just like this like grand gesture. Like everybody has to play their parts so that they don't like get in trouble or whatever, and they just see them off, and we don't see Kobe anymore with them for now. And we cut to...
I in my head, I see him like 10 years older after either a time skip or the mangas goes on for so long they don't need time skips.
Yeah.
And, he's going to bump into them when he's like,
Yeah.
I'm the captain of the seas now.
Yeah, and I think it's going to be a beautiful moment when it happens, and I'm not going to reveal if I know it does or doesn't. And
I mean, you already... By saying that...
You don't know.
You
said, yeah. All right.
I could be, I could know that this is how you're going to respond to me saying that. So I could be saying it like that on purpose.
Are you?
Who knows? And then we get the final sort of chapter where it is Zolo and Luffy on this boat, and a bird, like Luffy goes to like try to eat a bird, and the bird like basically like catches him in its beak and flies him away. And Zolo's like, well, God damn it. Now I got to go find him. And these other pirates that have been sort of shipwrecked hop into the boat and they start telling Zolo about like this person who commandeered their ship and took all like scammed them basically. And it was this girl and she came out, pretended to be like wounded and sick. And she used the weather to her advantage. She knew there was a storm that was going to be coming and that kind of boat couldn't handle it. And sure enough, they sank. It's at this time too that like Luffy gets dropped down into this like village where he meets that girl, Nami, who's right here. Nami, who's right here behind me, by the way. I have a figure of Nami.
I don't know if they can see it from.
Yeah. Yeah. They can see the tip of her head in the corner. Yeah. And
on the bottom.
Is that her after a time skip?
I mean, that's pretty much her with just like her hairstyle a different way. But that's another thing I love about One Piece is, he plays with like their outfits and wardrobe like constantly.
That's
like they
cool.
don't just have like Luffy is probably one of the characters that has like a similar look for the longest time, but everybody else kind of plays with wardrobes and stuff, which is fun. But and then Nami is like, we get a very good introduction to Nami and who she is. She's like, she calls him boss after never meeting him before, so that the goons will sort of go after Luffy instead of her. And then when she sees him be able to handle them, you're like, you are pretty strong. Like you want to work together. But Nami, is Nami, and we know this because of what she did to those other pirates. Like Nami's playing games with everybody. Like Nami is she's not to really be trusted at all. And it's on their sort of introduction that volume 1 ends.
Before that they like mention like, oh, there's another devil fruit user, and I was expecting the volume to end on like a shot of him and he's like, and my thing is this, and instead it like ends on like her like being like, yeah, we should like team up.
Well, you do if you read the manga carefully towards the end, you do know who the other devil fruit user is, and you know what his abilities are, or maybe not his abilities, but you do know who he is.
Buggy the clown.
Yeah, Captain Buggy. Yeah.
He ate a fruit of the devil.
Yeah, like seeing like what like a shot of him.
Yeah.
The classic final shot is like the rival villain who's going to be like, my fruit made me, all I have is stretching to go off of here. So let me guess what the other power would be.
Okay, guess, but keep in mind that it's wacky. This is a wacky world.
Is it, all right, let me say some form of energy projection.
Wrong. Well, wrong.
Is it to shoot cannons?
You know what? For the sake of maybe one person who...
Does he juggle?
No, he does definitely
clown.
doesn't juggle.
He's a clown.
Maybe he does juggle, actually.
Okay, his nose, he honks it and he vomits rope made from handkerchiefs, and he uses that to strangle people.
You got it. You nailed it.
Yeah. I read them all.
For anybody who's frustrated, like, he doesn't do that. We're joking, obviously.
Yeah. But for all you people who haven't read past volume 1.
Yeah. But Buggy is such a awesome character, which is why I would love to keep reading this series. But people know how I feel. How do you guys feel? This was your first foray into such a huge series, your first time experiencing it. How did you feel? How did you feel it held up? Expectations, all that.
I had pretty high expectations going in, so I was very pleasantly surprised how much I enjoyed it. It was very entertaining. It was very solid first volume. I can see why people love it so much. I love the contrast between the characters, the moments. It really did like have a couple heartfelt moments between the characters, which for like this type of series, that's what makes me cling to the story. So I really enjoyed it more than I thought I was going to, which I'm happy that I did.
I'm happy too, by the way. Cody, what did you?
Yeah, I had no like nostalgia toward this. Even reading it, I'm like, you could tell me this was like made recently, I'd believe you. So really, the only thing that I consider is like how many volumes it is and like how long the story is. But if I read this, I'd be like, that was pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's a very.
I definitely do not want to hear audio of him screaming, but like reading it, I can be fine. But the main character was not my favorite.
Yeah, I mean, I will say that Luffy for a while, isn't my favorite character either. I think, again, what I said about this series is we haven't even met the crew. We've met Zolo and we've kind of met Nami, but there are so many other people that we haven't met yet. So, you're going to get a full cast of characters. And if you already like the world and the characters you met in volume 1, like the odds are you're going to love the characters that you meet later. Like, I don't know. I think that, what you said, Cody, is true. This does feel timeless. It holds up. It still feels fresh. It still feels new. It still feels, it's still funny. It's still everything. All the moments still work. It's just a testament to, I think, a really solid first volume. I think it's fantastic in it. And it is something that, while I've already read pretty far ahead, like, I would love to read it again, because reading this again was such a blast. And I really do want to figure out who your favorite characters become, who you really love, and what some of your favorite moments are, because I think that's going to be fun. And if anybody's watching and listening that's never read it, like, it would be a perfect time to read it with us and experience it with us. So that you can finally, because I know there's so many people out there who are literally the only reason why they haven't started it is for the same reason that so many other people have not started it, is that it's so long and it's intimidating and it's a daunting task. But if we do it together, it might make it a little bit more fun for sure, and maybe a little bit easier.
One piece at a time.
One piece at a time. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay.
Well, that's going to do it for our volume 1 review of One Piece. A fantastic series that I would love to do a volume 1 on.
That was good.
We were all over the place in this episode, and if you're watching,
What
and you
the
feel
hell?
What
We
the
were
fuck?
What the hell?
it took
was
us an
that?
hour and a half to get through the first volume.
Yeah,
We were having a good time. We were
usually
sailing
run-
the 7 seas.
But we usually
7
run-
seas of discussion.
We usually run a tighter ship.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I think
that
you
was
could
a better pun than yours, so we got to.
Thank you.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Cody would tell the truth. Cody would, even if it hurt me deeply.
Yes.
Yeah. It's one of the quality that I, regretfully love about him.
Yeah. It's like I'm definitely not a yes man.
Definitely not a yes man. But my point is, I know we were a little all over the place. Hopefully you enjoyed this episode, and you're not, hopefully you don't think that, we didn't take something that you love seriously, because we had fun.
Well, I had a great time.
This isn't like what you're gonna be like. Oh, what did they have fun reading?
Well, we
this?
had fun. That was my point I was about to make. We had fun.
Also,
It put us in a fun mood.
I don't know.
Yeah.
This is just a fun thing in a book series that you will never read.
Okay, not never, but go ahead.
My last name is famously Decker. That was a job occupation. And what a decker was on a boat is they were people who would do all of the shit work in exchange for being allowed passage onto a boat. So a decker, because I was reading a book about someone who is traveling by that. So the whole chapter is devoted to me. You decker, son of a, go over here with the other deckers. So that's why deckers, you can find those all around the world.
And you're proud of that.
You're proud of shit jobs.
Yeah.
From being from a long line of people who took shit jobs to go places. Yes, actually, we didn't have money, but what we did have was
Work ethic.
Yeah, unfortunately, yes.
That got passed down.
Yeah, which
Low
I'm
integrity.
I mean,
I would actually like less.
Yeah. Well, that's a little fun fact about the Deckers and their name. And
yes, but I am a KK Decker, and if you're a CK Decker, it's on site.
It's on site. I like that. I like this. More of this, dude.
More of this, dude.
Yeah, I need more
of this. I need more of this.
What do you wait? What do you even mean by that?
I just need more I need more I don't give a fuck, Cody.
Yeah, like fight code.
Yeah, that.
Yeah.
Where's
I
my
need more of
leather?
that KK Decker, and you're giving me some CK Decker vibe. You know I didn't mean that.
Okay, let's wrap this up.
Yeah, let's wrap this up. Thank you guys
Enough.
for this. Thank you for listening and watching us talk about One Piece. Look, we want to do more One Piece. Obviously, doing volume 1 is a daunting task, and we know that there's many chapters and many volumes to go and a long way to go. But based on sort of how we handled our Berserk volumes and volume dones, we handle them by arcs. So if you want to see a One Piece volume done, look, we have had so many requests for One Piece, and we finally have done
the
it.
Cult of Volume One Piece.
Yeah.
Can go take a break.
Yeah, can rest easy now. But if you really want to see a volume done for this, we just finished our part 3 conviction arc, Berserk volume done. So we're looking for another series to dive deep into. Right now, Bleach is a contender, but if you really want or if you really want a volume 1 piece, or a volume done piece, as Cody has coined it, which is fantastic.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Then we need you
I
to
forgot.
sound
That was a
off
word I had that you
in
didn't
the
let me
comments.
say.
Sound off, not only by letting us know you want a volume done piece in the comments,
Yeah,
but
give me a
by
second
liking
chance to
this
see
video. And
a
if
volume done piece.
and if you guys liked this video, and we get to here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking if we get to because with volume dones, it's never really like we don't really have like a limit onto how many we need before we get before we like finally do it. Before we don't have a bar for people to reach. So what if we say in the first week, if you get this video to like, what do you think? 300 likes?
You know what? Is that that I think that would be, I don't know how well Berserk. Let's say 500 because
Oh my God.
Whoa.
maybe there's other things I would like to dive into first.
Okay, well we'll say 500. If the cult of volume or if cult of I was gonna say volume One Piece. If the cult of One Piece is so strong,
I think they're called the Cult of Volume.
I think
One
they
Piece.
are.
Oh,
called
okay. Well, then that's even better. I like that even more. If they're really as strong as they say they are, it's time to put your mouse buttons
Where
your
your
mouth
mouth
is.
is.
Yeah.
And it's time to put your swashbucklers on and your hook on that like button.
Yeah, hit the hook that like button.
R.
Yes, and if you get it to 500 likes in the first week, volume done piece is coming your way.
Oh.
But that's going to do it for our review of Volume 1 of One Piece. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. We're not done yet, though. And we all loved it, by the way. Cody loved it, too.
Did we give final? Yeah, we gave final.
Yeah.
I said it was enjoyable.
Very enjoyable. Very
Yeah.
fun. Very
Yeah.
fresh. Made me want to be a pirate.
Okay. I was worried about what you're going to say.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What'd
because
you
of your
think?
favorite word.
What are you talking about?
I made you want to what?
There's a word you've
you
been.
guys.
And now on to our final segment, the Oners Circle. The Oners Circle,
Rhymes
where,
with
of
what?
course, we go through
Rhymes
comments
with
that
some.
you've left on previous videos. Volume 1 Chan picks a few of them and reads them aloud, and we respond to them. So if you would like your comment read in a future Oners Circle, all you got to do is comment on this video or any of our previous videos. But with all that said, Volume 1 Chan, can you please hit us with the first comment?
This one comes from Animal Kingdom. Yes, gotta give props to the most disrespected member of the Big Three.
Oh, this is
Out of
Bleach.
the three, Bleach is my personal favorite.
Thank you
And
for
this was the
comment.
last one out of the three that I read. Bleach Volume done.
Oh, see, I told you guys got some competition.
Wow. You honestly really do, because Bleach is coming for the volume done hard.
It's coming hard,
It's coming hard.
Oh my God, Megan, that's not even what I meant.
Honestly, though, Bleach, we've gotten a lot of comments, and this is the first time we've gotten a lot of comments for a volume done since Berserk.
Yeah.
So,
I mean,
don't know.
it's really gunning for the next volume done. If, you know,
yeah.
I don't know. If this video doesn't get to a certain amount of likes, who knows what will
Who
happen?
knows what will happen,
Who
you
knows?
guys?
Yeah,
Who knows?
actually, I'd rather do a volume done on this than Bleach.
Oh, really? Well, if you're part of the Cody gang, then help him out.
Oh, yeah.
But I think so. Yeah, this is out of the big three. This is also a part of the big three, and we have only not done one other series that falls in that category. And so far of the two, which one do you guys like as a volume 1? Which one do you think has starts off on the strongest foot? Bleach or One Piece? Megan?
I would say One Piece.
Okay.
I would say
All
One
right.
Piece. I had a lot more fun reading it. I mean, Bleach was just reminded me of a standard,
Oh boy.
not standard, but the introduction where he's like, I'm in high school, I have a family. And it was cool. It was nice to read and it was fun, but this
Very
just
cool.
put me into the world a little
got
bit
you.
more.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
get you.
I'm looking more forward to seeing powers and stuff in this.
There's powers in Bleach.
Yeah, I mean it is sword cutting, which is nice.
Sword
No, there's
cutting.
Bankai and stuff.
Oh, it's Bankai.
I guess you gotta
That's
read
when
to
he
find
gets
out.
a bunch of people to.
To what?
To what?
To what, Cody?
What are you talking about?
Anyway, I think One Piece starts off on a strong note, but I also think Bleach does. And look, we only have one more big three to do, so if you want to see that, let us know too. Anyway, Volume 1 Chan, can you hit us with the second comment, please?
This one comes from Josuke Yoshikage.
Oh,
Oh my god, it would be so awesome and funny if you guys did Black Clover. It would be so fun to see knowing all of you hate it.
What do you think, Cody?
I would love to shit on Black Clover.
Oh my
Yikes.
god, dude.
I do not like that. I don't know how much of it is affected by. I really do not like the voice actor. When I imagine what this guy sounds like, it is Asta.
Well, think about this, dude, because you kind of felt the same way about some other animes that you saw first before you read the manga. What if we read it and then, like you said, you can adjust the voice on a level?
I also
Yeah.
didn't like the plot, and I was told it gets
Oh.
better at episode 14, so I skipped episode 14, and it was the same thing.
I didn't hate it, but I didn't love it. I actually watched like the first, like, I think 30 episodes of it.
Wow.
Yeah, that's not a world I live in where if I'm like, that was okay. Let me watch this for the next 6 weeks
Mhm.
to see how I feel. I am like, I didn't like it. I don't know why I would invest more time into it.
I just didn't fall in love with it. I'm watching too many shows at once. I'm like, okay, this can go on the side burner if it gets, to a point where I have to pick it up
Back
again.
burner.
On the back burner.
Yeah.
Honestly, yeah. I mean, it wasn't. It
I
didn't
like
it.
really
To be-
yeah.
touch me the way I thought it would have.
I
thought
hate
it-
Black
yeah.
Clover. Josh hates
Dr. Stone, I'm sorry.
Dr. Stone, and Megan hates. What's something popular that you hate? Us.
Oh,
Wow. Okay.
Okay.
That was no hesitation.
it's
Well,
the
I mean, I know
glasses.
it's a
It
joke.
gives me
No,
power.
I know it's a
It's
joke because you said popular.
yeah.
He said popular, and
No, that's it. You guys are popular now. You realize that, right?
okay.
No,
We
have been told we're not the people who people click on videos for.
someone did say that. But I thought during the part of Black Clover where he like joined the I think it's what is the ox, the black ox.
Yeah, I skipped to that
the
story.
Black Bulls. I think.
Look,
is what it is.
I could go into it, but I'm like, I want to be the Wizard King. I'm like, shut up. And it's like, oh, like so, like it's all this stuff, but all it ends is he just like hits them with a sword, and like, we'll skip to episode 14. I'm like, all right, let me see how the fights are. And he hits him with a sword. I'm like, all right, I'm done.
I mean, maybe that's another contender for Alive, dude, where we can everybody can kind of chime in and defend, it if they love it.
I will tell
well,
there's a couple series I would be way harder on if I didn't know a couple of people who liked them, and I'm like, I don't want to hurt their feelings.
Well,
Yeah.
I can bet we're gonna get a couple comments on this video regarding
Oh,
Black
yeah,
Clover
for sure.
now.
I mean, I don't know what I'm going to be told about Black Clover. It's like, well, it's actually pretty deep. I'm all right, sure.
Yeah. I mean, everybody has one series that they, don't like, but this commenter is right that it would be fun to hear you talk about it and interesting to see if the manga changes your opinion on it. But,
That's the other thing. Like, man, if I didn't like talk to people even online, I'd be freer to be more negative about things.
Yeah.
But I don't want to upset people, actually.
well, I mean, you still hold true to your opinion. And that's
Which is why I'm
respectful.
like, well, I guess we'll just won't talk about those. that's how I handle it. It's like, well, I guess we won't review that then.
Yeah. Well, who knows? If more people want to see it, we'll do it. Volume 1, John, can you hit us with our final comment, please?
This one comes from D'Angelo Brock. Kobeni props the strongest character in the series. I think she has the fear devil. She gives all devils their power. Wild guess.
Wow.
I do like the idea that her powers connected with fear in some way. I'm also wondering if there was a planned one or if that's something like Fujimoto wanted to like figure out down the road, because I don't know why that was like the one thing not revealed.
I love it.
I love it too. I
I
think
am
it's
very
amazing, yeah.
I am very excited to see where Kobeni goes in the story,
Well, 'cause
because she
yeah.
is one of my favorite characters.
And he hasn't boxed himself in to anything. And if it's something he wasn't like sure about or wanted to reveal later, or was like, yeah, maybe I have this like idea, but I want to like flesh it out more, like, he has options now.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys are saying I was negative about that, but
No.
No.
okay. 'Cause now I don't know with you guys anymore. Now I don't know if I say something like, well, I don't know about that. I'm like, okay.
Cody, we
No.
get you.
No,
Well,
in the-
you know.
No, in the beginning I was like, I don't know about
Yeah,
this
it's like
guy.
the art style is cartoony. Okay, well, what's your problem
That
with
was-
that?
Then you said, I said, how did you feel about the first one? You said, it was full.
It was like dense with story elements and character moments.
Oh, so you didn't say all that.
Oh.
You didn't ask.
Yeah.
It's full of fun.
I've been reading, either there's, books or other stories where the creator will tell you about like his like writing process, and like a couple of like authors do that now. Like I do see that like some writers they write as they go, and like one of them specifically, he like I like this idea, and then like he like developed it from that point. So it's just I know that's a writing style now.
I mean, Fujimoto is a madman, so it would not surprise me at all if Kobeni does have a crazy reveal.
It also
about
wouldn't surprise
who
me
her
at all if
devil
he
is.
didn't have any. If she didn't have
I
any
know
crazy
it is
reveal.
kind of.
It could easily,
Two-way
yeah,
street,
it could be
huh?
one of those things where it's like, you want to see my power?
Yeah.
And then she like, this isn't even my face actually.
Yeah.
It's the dancing devil.
I mean, he could do literally
DDR
anything.
devil.
Yeah, DDR
Or it could
devil.
be like, so what devil were you? Like, oh, the monkey devil.
Yeah, I mean, I trust him regardless, whatever he does. I trust that it's going to be amazing, and I'm here for it. But that's going to do it for our Oners Circle, and that's going to do it for the episode. Thank you, as always, for watching and listening. Before we go, we have to shout out, all of our wonderful, beautiful, amazing, our devil fruit eaters,
Yeah.
our stretchy, Patreon members. Thank you guys for your support. Your support obviously means the world to us. You guys are amazing. You guys are the best. You guys touch our hearts. You guys warm our hearts. And we see all of our new Patreon members, and we really appreciate every new Patreon member we get.
You guys
it
are
blows
our
us away.
treasure.
Every time we get a
There we go.
notification, and we do treasure each and every one of you. Thank you, Megan. Every time we get a notification, we're like, "Can you guys freaking believe this? This is not real life."
Yeah, and that's
yeah.
when the Hikage comes in and he says, believe it, Josh.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
All right, Cody. We're never doing Naruto if you keep that up.
Hope that's why I'm doing
yeah,
this.
yeah.
Oh
I'm
my
done.
god.
Yeah.
Master plan.
But thank you guys so much. Thank you for no matter how you show your support. If you show your support just by watching, listening, subscribing, liking, rating on iTunes, any way you show your support, we appreciate you. It means a lot to us. But if you,
You
ever
show your
decide,
support by clicking on every video and thumbing it down.
oh yeah, one mysterious person, we see you.
oh yeah, one person.
Yeah, one mysterious person.
But we definitely know in real life.
Feels like we have to, but maybe we don't. But if you ever at any point want to become a Patreon member, all you got to do is go to patreon.com/volume1pod. All that's left to do now is to get out of here on our outro that's always the same and never changes, which today, Megan, you were working away.
Heavy in your nose.
Yeah.
Back in the lab again.
Yeah, back in the lab again. You were literally
One piece, more like magnifique.
Magnifique?
Magnifique. It's like a term,
I
like
thought it
a
was-
French.
I thought it was-
Magnifique, we should say. For
I thought it
the
was
food one.
magnifique, like magnifique. I didn't know it was
Magnifique. Magnifique?
I don't know. It was
Magnifique.
Like,
Like magnificent.
food,
Like magnificent.
Like menu. Like it's
No, it's not.
I just
It's like a good,
like
like
magnifique.
terrific. It's like,
Yeah, yeah.
oh, it's
no, I
perfect.
know what it means. Yeah.
So you're saying it was for a menu?
No, I thought you were saying magnifique, and I thought it was like magnifique. It's just your enunciation.
Anyway, Gomu, more like who knew I would like this manga.
It's wild that you think and write it out.
Yeah, you really like you labor away. Yeah.
Gomu, more like why don't you read this manga?
Okay, that's the strongest one so far.
This
you got-
made me.
no.
Gum fruit.
More like
More like.
No. How about we're
we're
all for one for peace. I don't know.
That's not bad.
That's
Thank
not
you.
terrible.
Megan, you almost threw up in your mouth right now. And
One
then went,
Piece?
That's not terrible.
One piece out. Volume
one
one
piece
piece out.
out. Volume one piece out. Love it.
Volume 1, peace out.
Freaking love it, dude.
Wow, that was really good, Cody.
Yeah, Cody, did you write that down?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What I do is I sit in my room and I'm like, all right, time to back in the lab again.
Yeah.
Get my
Megan,
notebook.
It is so funny, and I urge you, if you're watching and listening still, thank you. Leave in the comments that you want Megan to do this at the end of every episode
Don't put that.
because it breathes so much life. I love it.
And then you guys shit on me.
That's part of the fun of it.
Oh, sure. We just say it's bad.
And sometimes you come up with a home run. Like you come up with the home runs 8 out of 10 times.
Absolutely.
There are those 2 times though where like, yeah, 2 times where like, ugh. But 8 out of the 10 were like, oh my God, yes.
Yeah. There was
Okay.
a time where you exclusively did the outros.
yeah, I know.
Because we couldn't even compete.
Yeah. Yeah,
Dude.
seriously.
Yeah.
I know. I fell off the bandwagon. I fell off the wagon. So,
No, I mean, no, you didn't.
and I'll get better for you guys.
Okay. But you didn't fall off. You just,
I'll get better for you guys.
okay.
I'll get better for you guys.
So, Volume 1, peace
I
out.
love the sunglasses.
Thank you for watching.
Very good.
Thank you for listening. And until next time,
Volume 1, peace out.
Later, we're heading to the Grand Line.
King of the Pirates.
Dude, that was a long time.
No, literally, he sounds like that.
He does.
Yeah, that's the shonen.
He does.
voice.
He does.